Hello! So what I've noticed with Christians that Jews and Muslims and Hindus, etc. don't do as much is that Christians attempt to propagate their claims. They attempt to glorify them. They want to convert people into Christians. Now I know this isn't all Christians, but what I've noticed is that Christians in particular tend to do this a lot more than all other religions. And it's, again, not a lot of my Christian friends, but a few people I've talked to always ask me the same questions. Why won't I convert into Christianity? Why won't I believe in God? Etc., etc., etc. So one tactic that they've used against atheists like me to try and convert them into being Christians is the whole idea of heaven and hell. So there are two parts to this. The first part is that they think that I'll accept the bribery of heaven. Oh, I must want to go to heaven. I mean, it's everything I want, right? It's God's pure love and peace and joy and rainbows and unicorns flying around. It has to be what I want, right? And that's not the case. I don't want to go to heaven. So the second thing is, oh, but if you're not going to go to heaven, well, you're going to go to hell. That's eternal hellfire. Nobody wants that, right? And I say, well, of course not. Even I don't want to go suffer for eternity. But I would rather do that than go to heaven. And I'll explain why. So hell is definitely not a place I want to go. Unless you're extremely masochistic, I doubt anyone would really want to go to hell. So the first question you have to ask is, well, who goes to hell? And the answer is, anyone who doesn't believe in God. So that could mean you're a completely good person inside. You've done no wrong in your life, except that you didn't believe in God of the Bible. For the Almighty Creator, the Heavenly God, the loving Father, he certainly is kind of petty, isn't he? Like, come on. If I was a Jew, and I died in a Nazi concentration camp, and I had a family, I was a good person, I was a charitable person, but I didn't believe in the Christian God, I failed the test? I mean, that's not fair. And do you know what we call people who act like that? People in real life, who act the way God does to non-Christians. We call them dictators, we call them tyrants. And we have no respect for people like that in modern day society. Just like I don't have any respect for the way that God would completely disown me and send me to hell, but just because I didn't agree with him. Now, hypothetically, okay, I know many of you Christians would probably disagree with me here, but let's just say I somehow got a seat in heaven. And I don't believe in God. I really don't. I don't believe in the way he runs things. If the Bible is true and that is the true word of God, then I completely disagree with him. I would not, for the life of me, want to sit next to a dictator and kiss his butt all day long just to avoid punishment. I would rather stay true to my opinions. I would rather stay true to what I really believe in. And even more so, I would not sit around and watch as hundreds and thousands of innocent people are being condemned to suffer for the rest of their existence while I sit around comfortably in heaven. I would not stand for that. Now, I'll address you Christians directly. I am by no means a noble person, but I will never understand how you could live with that on your conscience. How you can be willingly ignorant, turn your back on hundreds and thousands of people. People just like you, people who had family and friends and sons and daughters on earth. People who might have even been kinder than you. People who might have been more charitable than you ever were. How you could just turn your back on them and say that because they did not believe in the same God you did, then they deserve to suffer forever. You tell me, Christians, if someone you loved believed in a different God than you did, and God was about to condemn them, would you turn your back on them? Thanks for watching, and may the truth always be heard.